Hurricane Beryl, the first named hurricane of the season and the earliest of its kind on record, has made landfall across several Caribbean nations. We're hearing at least one person has died in St Vincent and the Grenadines. That figure too is expected to rise. Thousands of people are in temporary shelters and without power. Strong winds battering the islands of St Vincent, Grenada and St Lucia. Jamaica and Haiti are next in its path, also bracing themselves for its arrival, as Thomas McGill now reports.
Battering the coast of Martinique, Hurricane Beryl has brought with it extremely high winds, high tides and heavy rain across large parts of the Caribbean. So far, one person has died, with many homes and businesses destroyed. Thousands of people remain without power in temporary shelters. In Barbados, people were ordered to stay home. These pictures were taken by a BBC journalist in the country to film the cricket. He says there's a feeling there the island got off lightly.
The last 24 hours have been really quite dramatic here. We woke up yesterday morning around about 8 a.m. to this extraordinary sound of the wind howling and, of course, the sea level rising and restaurants right on the beach with the water tumbling right over across them. But I think there is a real feeling here in Barbados that they've avoided the worst of it.
Other areas were not so lucky as residents in Martinique begin to assess the devastation.
In the end, Beryl washed everything away. As you can see, it will take several days to get everything back in order, especially at the start of the summer holidays.
Well, we were more or less expecting it because 5-meter waves were expected, but nevertheless, this is the first time, even during a cyclone, that we've seen the sea as rough as this. It's really the first time this has happened in St. Lucia.
And here's what Hurricane Beryl looks like from space as it moves northeast across the region. Yesterday, it skirted past Barbados before hitting Grenada and other smaller islands. Meteorologists predict it's on track to batter Jamaica within the next 24 hours. This is the earliest Category 5 hurricane to be recorded in the Atlantic. Experts say an event like this so early in the season is extremely rare.
You need that spark, and that's kind of all we were waiting on, was a spark in the form of an easterly wave coming off Africa that formed the nucleus for a hurricane. And we expect more of those as we get into August and September.
Next in Beryl's path is Jamaica, where more damage is predicted. Thomas McGill, BBC News.
Let's speak to CBS correspondent Tom Hansen, who is in Montego Bay in Jamaica, right in the path of the hurricane. Tom, it's always incredible to see someone before a hurricane hits. A picture-perfect scene behind you with the calm seas, hardly any wind, and that this hurricane is barreling towards Jamaica. How are people preparing?
Yeah, Lucy, well, I think everyone is hoping that this scene remains or appears the same after this storm passes. You know, it's really just wait and see here to see just how direct of a hit Jamaica is going to get. As you can see behind me, the water is clear, it is glassy. This is the proverbial calm before the storm, but that is supposed to dramatically shift in the next 24 hours. In tomorrow morning, we are expecting to see the powerful rain, the powerful winds really come through this area. People are taking the forecast very seriously here, although they are not particularly concerned at the moment because the current projections show that this storm could be downgraded by the time it reaches here, but really that's up in the air. One of the things that's so unique about this storm is the water that it's passing through. The water here in the mid 80s. Now, I don't know what that is in Celsius, but I can tell you this, that is very warm water, especially for this time of year. And that's why you're seeing these storms rapidly intensify so quickly and become so unpredictable. So people are going to be monitoring this very closely. We spoke to some residents who say they are ready to evacuate if they need to. However, they are going to hunker down, stick it out right now. At least that's their plan for the time being, Lucy.
Yeah, let's hope they do indeed miss the worst of it. Tom, thank you so much for joining us from Jamaica.